Hello, I'm Jeff, and today we're going to talk about 7 ways you can boost your end of year balloon decor sales. If this is a video that's interesting to you, I would love for you to hit the like button. So think about that as you're watching. If you know somebody else in the balloon decor industry, maybe it's a business partner, an employee, or someone you know in another market that would really benefit from this information, please just take a minute to share it with them. That's all I'd ask. I'm creating this content so that hopefully you're getting something out of it. So I would love the feedback, and I would love for you to share it if you think it's valuable. I'm going to take a few minutes, and we're going to talk about 7 ways you can increase revenue in balloon decor, your balloon decor business, as we're approaching the end of the year. So, what is approaching the end of the year? It depends on how far you plan ahead. To be honest, I am making this video in October, and in general, I would say that your end of year sales planning should be starting in August, September. It depends on how far you think ahead. When you're just starting out, you're going to be thinking of weeks ahead, right? As your business grows and matures, you're going to be thinking much, much farther ahead. I would love for you to be thinking about the end of the year when we get just past the middle of the year. And the reason is because you'll start producing social media content differently. You'll start talking to people differently. You'll start seeking out particular clients earlier, right? The further you're thinking ahead, and your business is going to grow when you do that. So the farther you think ahead, the better. Now, I'm going to make some assumptions here. I don't know exactly what kind of business you're running. I don't know exactly what kind of decor you're producing and delivering. I don't know if you're doing organic or classic. I don't know if you're doing e-commerce or not. So I don't know exactly where you're at, but I want to give you kind of the mindset I'm thinking about, the assumptions I'm making about your business right now. Number one, you've got something specific that you offer. If you are selling anything to anyone, it's much harder to make progress in sales than if you're selling something specific to a specific type of target customer. So I'm assuming you've got some specifics here, and you've kind of made it to that point where there's something either specific product or specific target customer that you're starting to try to optimize for. I'm also assuming that you're in business, that you could actually you could deliver on the work you sell here, depending on the options you pick. And I'm assuming that you're not afraid to go meet people. Maybe you are, maybe you have some anxiety around that, but your business is providing a really valuable service, and it's a fun service, right? You're generally involved in fun times for your clients. And so I'm just going out on a limb here, but you can probably feel really confident about what you do and what you're providing to your customers. So I am assuming you're willing to do some work here to meet people and get moving. So I've actually already given you the first thing that I recommend on boosting sales, which is to start early. If you're thinking about this ahead of time, you've got the opportunity to get your team, your business, your inventory, your phone calls, your emails. You've got the time to get them out there and let people buy from you and come to you and deliver on that, right? If you're trying to sell balloon decor on Thanksgiving Day to football games and sporting venues, you're too late. We've got to get ahead of that. You've got to get way ahead of that. Okay, so that's the first one. Start planning early. Number two, I want you to be sending an email newsletter. Oh my gosh, so many of you are not sending the email newsletters. Create an email list, if nothing else, using the email addresses of your past clients. And consistently, every month or so, you could do it more if you've got more time, send something, please. Email is a great way to get in front of your customers on a consistent basis and say, hey, think ahead. Think ahead with me, right? I'm planning early. Think ahead to your holiday activities. Think ahead to your end of year activities. Think ahead to your business parties and business events happening at the end of the year. Show them what you can do in your newsletter with a few photos and just ask them to contact you. That's all it has to be. Give them the number to call the business. Hit the button to fill in your form. I highly encourage you, by the way, to always offer a phone number, even if it's not you answering it. That's going to differentiate you from a lot of competitors who don't want to answer the phone. So there's a bonus item. So number two is please send a newsletter, an email newsletter. Now, if people aren't opening your newsletter, there's a whole range of things that can be done there to work on that and improve that. But please just start creating, get in the habit, create it, send it. Next up, I want you to consider some sort of promotion. Little promotions can get people feeling like the reason promotions and sales are a thing is because it motivates people to take action, particularly when it's for a limited amount of time. It's a limited offer. A certain number of people get this deal or it's only available for a certain amount of time. It does not need to be big. Maybe if somebody orders a custom decor package for you, they get a bonus. Maybe they get a bonus of a free rental of something, or they get a bonus of a free tear down and cleanup. Maybe they get a gift certificate for their next, or an account credit for their next thing. I don't know exactly what it is, and it doesn't have to be big money, but think about coming up with some sort of incentive for the behavior you want people to take, which is to order. That's number 3. Number 4, you might consider offering gift certificates. Now, this isn't going to work for all types of decor businesses. It really depends on the type of business you run and who specifically you're selling to. But I want you to think about the idea of selling gift certificates and whether or not that would make sense for you. If you target moms groups and moms and birthday parties and that sort of thing, this can be an effective way for someone to give a holiday gift to someone else for your service. There's a lot wrapped up in here. Sometimes when we mention gift certificates and balloon decor, we get a lot of people shrugging away from it and like, oh, gift certificates, that would never work here. Please think about it, because you have competitors who are making money on gift certificates. It may not apply to everything. It might not be just like a general gift certificate. It might be for a specific package. But give this a think, and think if you figure out if this is something you could be adding. Interestingly enough, this is something you could be adding to baskets at nonprofit activities, nonprofit fundraisers, to help build community awareness as well. So if you've got some sort of little mechanism here around gift certificates, it's something interesting to be offering in the holiday season. 5, think about free deliveries or gifts with purchase. This can be something big. It could be something small. If you're doing corporate holiday parties, what would your corporate customers really enjoy from you? Would they like chocolate? I don't know. Would they like some sort of widget or gadget for their desk? I don't know. Would they like, right? Think about your specific customer and who you're selling to and what it is you're providing, and try to come up with something that would fit that particular customer type, right? If you'll sell to anybody, again, remember that assumption at the beginning. If you'll sell to anybody, it can be really hard to figure out what to give. If you're selling to a very specific type of person in a very specific situation, it's probably really, really easy to figure something out, right? If all of your customers have pets, let's say they all have dogs, you could be giving a chocolate-covered dog treat as a free gift, right? Now, that's probably not the exact demographic you're targeting, but do you see how easy it is to understand what you could give as a gift as part of a purchase if you know exactly who your customers are? On the incentive side, this could be free delivery or something like that. Free delivery within a certain range, or like, I don't know the exact details, but think about this concept of something free with your order. Could be delivery, could be a gift if you know your customers well enough. Number 6, think about attending those holiday festivals. Holiday festivals for crafts, it can be really competitive. It can be difficult to sell. You're one of many other crafters in the room. But when you're providing something very different, it gives you a very different opportunity. You're going to get a lot of people through most of those holiday festivals. That should be a criteria you're thinking about. What's the number of people coming through? And then you need some way to engage that audience. Maybe you're giving out free balloons to the kids. Maybe you are standing in a prominent location and you have example decor with you. Maybe you have, I don't know exactly what's going to work for the exact festival that you consider and you sign up for, but I want you to think about, how could I get in front of a whole bunch of people around the holidays and generate a whole new client list and contact list out of that? Guess what? Those festivals are a decent way to do it. That's number 6. Number 7, think about sending cards to your past clients. This could be gifts to your past clients. This is a great way to show your love and appreciation for them, a great way to get back on their mind, a great way to give them a postcard in addition to that item that gives them some sort of reminder of what you can do for them, or perhaps they're a reminder of the event that you helped them with, and so what you could do for them again. Consider sending cards, thank you cards, or gifts to your past clients to re-engage them. Gifts from a decor company are rare in my experience, even though we work with a lot of them. So it could be a great way to stand out in your particular market. There you go. There are 7 ways that you can think ahead and start getting ahead of the holiday sales cycle. And the most important one is the number 1, which was to plan ahead. If you like this content, please hit that like button. Please consider a share with somebody that you know well who would benefit from hearing this. and hit that subscribe if you want to hear more. But honestly, please just share it with somebody who needs it. If you've got somebody in your circle who needs to bring those sales up as we're coming to the end of the year.